Hello and welcome to Membadada. This is a special video, one in which I pay a different kind of tribute to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Born on the 15th of October 1931 into a Tamil Muslim family in Rameswaram, he came from a humble background but got on to become a people's president in a country in which people do not elect their president directly. You can read his story from many sources and his own book. Today marks 5 years since his soul departed this material world. He encouraged students to think of what each of them would like to be remembered as or remembered by. So I wanted to remember him for what he taught us. Dr. Kalam was a special leader, one of a kind. He taught us by living. He showed us by being the role model. I would like to go through some key points that we can learn from his life. The first and the foremost, and in some ways an all encompassing message from him, was the success formula that he used to share with children whenever they asked him the question. There were four tips to success, or four steps to success, that Dr. Kalam would advise to the young minds. The first step was to dream big. He constantly encouraged everyone, especially the young minds, to dream big, aim high. After all, the dream transforms into thoughts, which then become actions. Just not any dream. Dream big. Aim high. He also observed how most people that created history challenged their imagination, like Sir C.V. Raman, Graham Bell, and so on. They did not accept status quo and pushed limits of their imagination. The dream becomes one's goal. Without it, it is a journey without a destination. So, as Dr. Abdul Kalam said, dream big. His second point or second tip to success was continuously acquiring knowledge. Strive to increase one's knowledge base. He clearly showed us how he lived by this. He acquired knowledge about a wide variety of subjects without barriers or prejudice. In fact, he showed us how knowledge can break down barriers. The third tip or step that he would advise was hard work. This, you may say, is a no-brainer. But look at his life. From a humble family to a career in science and becoming the missile man and president, he demonstrated how hard work pays off. After all, dreaming alone and textbook knowledge alone are not enough. The hard work has to back them up. The fourth point, to me, is the most important. He always advised everyone to persevere. Perseverance. Now, let us not confuse this with hard work. One of the key messages from Dr. Kalam was his emphasis on dealing with failures. He was an embodiment of growth mindset. When things don't yield desired results, or you hit a roadblock, or you have a failure, still sticking with it and finding ways to deal with the roadblocks is what perseverance is about. And that's what he advised. He was never hesitant to say failures are bound to happen. He constantly said they will happen, but picking oneself up and moving forward is the key. And he's demonstrated that with the satellite launch experiences. If just these four steps to success were not enough for us to learn from, he also showed us how a truly secular person behaves. He was a genuinely secular leader who did not let faith come in the way and respected all faiths and the value they all brought. He dreamed that at some point religion will transform to spirituality. He also believed in righteousness and that it helps build a person's character. He showed us that value system and sticking with them is important, and without this, a country cannot elevate. Unlike many leaders or motivational speakers of this time, he was a genuine leader because he showed us by living. A man that inspired and will continue to inspire young minds. A man whose birthday is befitting to be celebrated as Children's Day. I take a leaf from his book, and chase my dreams.